The movie starts with Baby, a young driver, playing his song. Meanwhile, three experienced robbers, Buddy, Darling, and Griff, jump out of the car and storm into a bank. Baby, sitting in the driver's seat, enjoys his music while waiting for them to finish the job. Moments later, the robbers rush back, and Baby does what he does best. With his headphones blasting, he speeds off, using the music to sharpen his focus. The police quickly chase after them, but Baby's expert driving allows them to escape. His high-level skills are evident as he maneuvers around obstacles with ease. A police helicopter soon joins the pursuit, but Baby spots two red cars.
As they pass under a bridge, he cleverly swaps places with another car, tricking the police. They reach a parking garage, change vehicles, and make a clean getaway. Later, Baby picks up coffee for the crew while grooving to Harlem Shuffle. Returning to the building, he meets their mastermind, Doc, who splits the stolen cash. Griff questions why Baby always listens to music. He tries to intimidate Baby, but the young driver remains unfazed. Each crew member takes their share, but Doc deducts most of Baby's cut to settle his debt. He hands Baby $10,000, a pair of gloves, and a disposable phone, telling him to expect another job soon. At home, Baby lives with his foster father, Joseph. He hides his share of the money beneath the floorboards. Joseph warns him against getting involved in criminal activities. Later, Baby takes recordings of Doc and the robbers, remixing their voices into music. He keeps multiple cassettes filled with his mixes, including one labeled Mom. Whenever he listens to it, he recalls memories of his mother. His parents often fought, and one tragic day, a car accident took their lives. Sometime later, Baby visits a diner and notices a charming waitress, Deborah. She walks past him, humming a tune, and he records her voice. When she returns to take his order, she notices him recording. They chat, and Baby asks if she recognizes the song. Later, he visits a music store and finds the exact track. One day, Doc calls Baby for another job. Baby meets his new crew, Eddie No-Nos, JD, and Bats. They, too, are curious about Baby's constant music. Doc explains that a childhood accident left Baby with tinnitus, so he drowns out the ringing with music. This is Baby's final job to clear his debt. Doc goes over the plan while Baby listens to a song. Bats doubts he's paying attention, but Doc tests Baby, who recalls every detail perfectly. The next day, they reach the armored truck. Baby waits in the car, music playing as the others handle the heist. Bats kills a security guard and rushes back to the car. As they flee, a Marine gives chase in his truck. Bats fires at him, but Baby deliberately swerves to stop him from shooting. Stuck in traffic, they hijack a car from a woman with a baby inside. JD realizes he lost his rifle, but they can't turn back. They head to a parking garage, switch cars, and escape. Bats confronts Baby about interfering with his shot, but Baby denies it. Back at Doc's hideout, Baby is shocked to see JD is missing. Doc tells him to dispose of JD's body in the trunk. Since JD's gun could lead the police to them, they had no choice but to eliminate him. Baby drives to a junkyard, watching as the car is crushed, triggering childhood flashbacks. Later, Baby visits the diner where Deborah still works. They bond over music, and when she learns his name, she finds it surprising. They leave together and spend time at a laundromat. As they chat, Baby opens up about his hearing condition caused by the accident. Taking Joseph's advice, Baby gets a legal job as a pizza delivery driver. He spends more time with Deborah, and their relationship grows. One evening, Baby takes her to a fancy restaurant, but he spots Doc watching them. Doc approaches and insists Baby take another job. Threatening to harm Deborah and Joseph, Doc forces Baby to comply. The next day, Doc takes Baby to scout a post office for the upcoming heist. To keep things low-key, he sends Baby in with his grandson, Sam. Inside, Baby assesses the cameras, windows, and staff. Unexpectedly, Sam counts them all for him. After chatting with a friendly cashier, they return to the car and Baby reports back to Doc. That evening, Baby calls Deborah, asking her to run away with him. Later, Doc gathers the crew, Buddy, Darling, and Bats for the robbery. Breaking his own rule, Doc reuses a past crew for this job. They drive to an arms deal with a supplier called the Butcher. At the warehouse, the Butcher presents them with a stash of weapons. Suddenly, Bats shoots him, igniting a gunfight. Darling takes a bullet in the arm while Bats goes berserk. They flee as Bats throws a grenade, blowing up the site. On the way back, Bats forces them to stop at the diner. Knowing Deborah is working, Baby refuses, but Bats insists. Inside, Deborah notices Baby's distress but hides her reaction. After eating, Bats threatens to avoid paying, but Baby stops him. Realizing their connection, Bats lets it go. As they leave, Baby secretly slips a note to Deborah. Road trip at 2 a.m. Back at Doc's, the team discusses the failed deal. Bats insists the Butcher and his men were undercover cops. Despite the risk, Buddy, Darling, and Bats still want to proceed. Doc asks Baby's opinion, and he suggests resting before making a decision. At 2 a.m., Baby sneaks out to meet Deborah, but is caught by Bats and Buddy. Suspicious, Bats finds Baby's tape recorder and knocks him out. When he wakes up, Baby convinces them the tapes are just remixes. Meanwhile, Deborah waits for him at the diner. The next morning, the team moves forward with the robbery. Buddy and Darling stage a hostage situation while Bats sneaks inside. Waiting in the car, Baby spots the friendly cashier. He signals for her to leave, prompting her to alert security. A guard approaches Baby's car, but the robbers return. Bats shoots the guard, then demands Baby start the car. Instead, Baby rams into a truck, killing Bats instantly. Police flood the area as Buddy and Darling fire back. Baby flees, weaving through the city and entering a mall to change clothes. Still pursued, he steals a car and rejoins Buddy and Darling. Darling is killed in the shootout. Baby escapes, hijacks an old lady's car, and even returns her purse before leaving. Back home, Baby finds Joseph injured and the apartment ransacked. He calls Deborah. Grabbing his hidden cash, he drops Joseph off at a care home, apologizing for everything. Baby heads to the diner, only to find Buddy waiting. Seeking revenge for Darling's death, Buddy threatens Deborah. A cop enters, briefly distracting Buddy. Seizing the moment, Baby grabs a gun and shoots. Buddy retaliates, killing the officer before escaping. Baby calls Doc for help. Reluctantly, Doc gives him money and his cassette tapes. They attempt to leave, but the Butcher's men ambush them. Doc fights back, but is eventually killed. Buddy arrives, triggering a final chase. Baby and Deborah flee, but Buddy corners them. In a final showdown, Baby overpowers Buddy, who falls to his death. The next morning, Baby and Deborah drive off, but encounter a police roadblock. She wants to run, but Baby surrenders. He's sentenced to 25 years, eligible for parole in 5. While in prison, Deborah sends letters about the adventures they'll have. After 5 years, Baby is finally released and reunited with her. The end. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content, turn on notifications, and leave a like to support the channel.